Hello, everyone. Am I audible, right? Great, great. Okay, just let's wait for a few more minutes and then we can start, right? Hello. Okay, great. I think 22 people have joined. Okay, so we will get started now. Also, this session is being recorded, so hopefully the recordings will be available to you. I will also try to provide this presentation to you as well. Okay, great. So, can we have some reactions, right? Great, great. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I welcome you to the Google Cloud Study Jams 2025 kickoff. So I am Naman Rati, as you may all know. already, but for those who doesn't know, I am your GDG on campus lead for Chandigarh University, and I'm super excited to see so many enthusiasts today. So this is not just another info session, right? So this is your official launch pad for the cloud journey. So by the end of this session, you will exactly know how to start, where to learn, and how to earn those Google swags, right? So let's start now. I am hopeful that the presentation is visible to everyone. So here's the official warning. There will be high chance of 100% cloud coverage today. Okay, so that's a meme, obviously. Let's start with Google Cloud Study Jams. So the campaign is all about building uh, a strong foundation in Google Cloud. So this is a global hands-on learning campaign by Google run through local GDG chapters like ours. So you will get free access to Google's official learning platform called Cloud Skill Boost, where you will perform real cloud tasks from building virtual machines to using AI tools. So all without paying a single rupee. So you have access to exclusive courses on Cloud Skills platform with 400 limited credits, and you will gain in-demand skills like cloud computing and generative AI. And most importantly, you are getting free credits and completion swags. So what else do you want, right? So let's quickly run a poll that how many of you have already enrolled for the 400 credits? Let's see. You can just raise your hands. Okay, not so many people, I guess. Okay, almost everyone. Okay, great. So you can see that here's a star, right? So what does this mean? Only top 100 completions will be awarded swags. I've repeated this many times. So let's understand why is that? Okay. So let's start with some statistics, right? So officially 271 people has been enrolled in the cloud study exams from our chapter Chandigarh University. So these are all the active registrations who have already got the enrollment letter, right? So these are just some aggregate numbers to give you a quick overview of participation and your direct competition from GDGCU. So initially we had 275 official campus registrations from the CU chapter. And then after Google official validations, there were 271 validated users who received the enrollment event. So that's pretty cool, right? So how should we proceed with cloud study exams? So this is the enrollment process. Obviously, you all have received the email for this, right? So first of all, you are receiving the email, and then all the process have to be done in the incognito mode, right? So first of all, let me see who all is having problem in enrollment process before I continue. See some hands. Okay, somebody raised their hands. Okay, so let's see quickly and go through the enrollment process, right? So first of all, you will click on the access link provided in the email, right? And then you will put your unique access code, that is one time code only. You have to register your Cloud Skill Boost account. You have to sign in after putting the code, and then carefully check your credits to see that if you receive 9 credits or not. If not, then you have to repeat the process. You may have missed some steps, right? So after receiving 9 credits, you can just directly start the cloud hands-on lab provided by the Google, and then you have to complete the lab within in minimum of 6 minutes, and you have to gain 100% progress. And after some minutes you will get 400 more credits. So how many credits you have in total? 409, right? So for everyone who have not received the email, so carefully check your spam and promotions tab if you haven't received your enrollment email. So I'm saying that because officially 271 emails have been already sent, but still, if you haven't received the email, please feel free to contact GDG support. I've already provided email in our WhatsApp group, right? So let's see now. Let's come to the mentorship program for GDG CU. This is a very unique program, Chandigarh University, as we have started. We have created 10 teams with 10 cloud mentors, all from our core team. So each mentor is supporting something around 27 mentees from the pool of 271 registered students, right? So the mentorship program is to provide you continuous guidance where mentors provide you doubt solving guidance and support throughout the campaign. So that's our goal. So let's quickly recap the points, right? So mentorship is for learning, networking and growing together. Okay. So connect with your mentors and your peers as well. So you have to stay active and responsive because communication is very necessary for progress tracking, right? So I hope you all have already joined your respective WhatsApp groups with your mentor for direct updates and help, right? Also, we are providing direct Discord live help for critical issues. So here's the link for everyone. You will also get the link in the email, sorry, in the PPT provided after the event, right? So all 10 teams have been finalized already. So pretty much there are no changes now. Everyone is already covered in a team by us using random allocation. And I'm hopeful that everyone is aware of the mentorship tracking Excel. So this is the final mentorship directory where the team and their respective mentees are present sheet wise. Okay, so here's a quick timeline of the campaign for everyone. So as you can see that the official campaign timeline started from 7th October. Okay, so registrations opened at 7th October, and then we have also announced the mentorship program on 7th October itself, right? I think on 8th October we had our orientation session in A3 seminar hall, and I'm hopeful that many people of you were there, right? So I already kind of explained a lot there, but let me just quickly recap. So on 13th October, we finalized all our mentors, right? And the registrations for Cloud Study Jams officially closed. And then 20th October, a few days back, we started the official campaign. So jamming officially starts, right? So you all have received your enrollment email and credits. So as you can see that on 20th October, the campaign started. So as soon as you receive your 400 credits, you are eligible to complete the syllabus, right? Syllabus is also provided to you in the enrollment email itself. And I will also discuss the syllabus in the next slide. So as you can see that from the official timeline, the campaign will end at 11th November because your semester for CU will end on 12th November, right? So we will try to wrap it up within 11th November. And then we have added a grace period of 1 week. So you can see that grace period is only applicable if 100 course completions are not achieved. So let's understand why is that and why do we need 100 course completions. Okay. So first of all, let's discuss the skill batches you have to unlock. So officially you have 20 syllabus items with 19 courses and one arcade game. So let's understand everything. So as you can see that here's the Google Cloud Compute, the very introductory lab that explains you how to create instances in cloud compute and basic things, right? Then we have cloud storage, then we have publishing and subscribership, then we have API gateway, Looker, Dataplex, workspace tools such as Drive, Gmail, etc. Then we also have AppSheet for app building, right? And then App Script as well. We are also building a website on Google Cloud, and then we are setting up a Google Cloud network. We are storing, processing, and managing data on the Google Cloud. We are also discussing cloud functions, app engines, cloud speech API, monitoring in Google Cloud, speech and language APIs, and especially prompt design in Vertex AI, which is a generative AI concept. And then you are also developing a generative AI app with Gemini. Lastly, there's one arcade game as well. So there are 20 skill batches, as you can see, 19 batches and one game. So let's understand the game. Most of you had problems in game, right? Uh, in the email, there were two games written, right? So most of you had a confusion that which game you have to attempt. So let's just quickly understand what does the Gen AI arcade game means. So as you can see that there are two games, Gen AI Arcade game of October, which has already started is and is live, right? So this game will be active from 20th October to 31st October 2025. And then the next game is on the November, 4th November to 19th November, right? So this is the November's game where access code will be sent to you on 4th November, or right. So what you have to do is to just complete one single game entirely. Like both games will have 16 labs. So game is the most lengthiest part of the campaign, I understand that, but it's also necessary, right? So there are two games, one for the October and one for the November. You just have to complete one game only. You don't have to attempt both games. So am I clear, right? So why do you see that I recommend you the November's game? Because today is 23 October, right? Already uh, we have lost 3 days in this discussion, right? And we only have 1 week remaining. So many new students for Google Cloud have various problems in understanding the platform. So that's why I recommend you to start completing your courses first, and then on 4th November attack the November game, right? Another point is that for the October game, you just have 1 week left. And in the November game, you will be well prepared before, and then you will have 15 days to complete the game. Great. So let's continue forward. So there's a common misconception between GCB and GCP. So let's understand what is this. So Google Cloud Skill Boost is a platform which is recently renamed to Google Skills, right? Notice this change. So Google Skills is the official hands-on cloud learning platform by Google. So you can browse this normally. It means that you don't need incognito mode for browsing Google Skills platform. You can normally log in with your enrolled email on your normal browser, and you can normally browse it there, and you can normally start labs within the normal browser. So there's also Google Cloud Platform GCP, where GSB Cloud Skill Boost will provide you a temporary student account linked to Google Cloud Platform, so you don't have to spend any credits or money on that. So you always have to use incognito mode for browsing GCP. Okay. So wait. So let's do one thing now. We will do a hands-on lab now. Okay, so why is incognito mode necessary? Because we are trying to save your money, basically. Incognito mode allows you to uh, complete the lab in a temporary sandbox environment. Okay. So in your normal browser, you already have your other accounts logged in, preferably your Google account, such as cloud account, if you have a cloud account, right? So to prevent the confusion of mixing your cloud account, personal cloud account with the student temporary account, incognito mode is necessary, right? Also, if you have not received 400 credits yet, please contact me on WhatsApp, right? Or contact your mentor, and they will really guide you forward. Okay. So let's see. Yes, for browsing Google Cloud Platform, you will need incognito mode. For the course platform, that is Google Skills Platform, you don't need incognito mode. You can start your labs normally within your normal environment, normal browser, right? But for each Google Cloud Console, there's a button in each lab when you start it. So you have to open that student account in incognito mode. So I hope that's clear, right? Okay. So let's see. Uh, from the email I received from Google for the progress tracking, have seen that most of you have completed only 4 to 5 labs, right? So we will just go through a lab uh, in the course of Get Started with API Gateway. So I will quickly share my screen and show you what's happening. Okay, so now I will share my screen and I'm hopeful that it's visible, right? So here's the API Gateway course. So a lot of you are having problems in completing skill batches. So we will quickly do one hands-on lab to teach you how to complete your labs, right? So let's get started. So here's the introductory lab for API Gateway. You can see quick start. So we will open it. This is part of your syllabus, right? So you can really follow me right now if you are new to Google Cloud, right? So the purpose of doing this lab live on stream is to teach you how to complete labs. So you can follow me along and then see if you have any doubts, you can ask me, right? Everyone with me so far? Yes, this is Google Cloud Skills Boost platform, which is recently renamed to Google Skills. So don't get confused, right? So let's start now. You can see that I'm starting a lab and then it costs me 1 credit. So that's fine because I already have 405 credits. Everyone has received 409 credits. Okay, I have utilized 4 credits before. So let me launch it with 1 credit. So this doesn't cost you any money, right? So you can just launch it and then you can see that it's provisioning a sandbox environment to me. So as you can see that I have been provided a student email and then a password and a GCP project. So let's quickly discuss what are we doing here. So as you can see that I'm on the Google Skills platform right now, which is in my normal browser. I'm not in incognito mode right now. Okay. So I can browse this normally. But when I'm opening the Google Cloud Console, this is the GCP platform, right? So you have to open it in private mode. So I have right clicked it and I'm opening this link in private window. Okay, so as you can see that Google tries to sign in automatically. And if not, you can just copy paste your username and password, right? So you can see that welcome to your new account. It's new because this is temporary account. So I think pretty much for every workshop, pretty much for every lab, you will have to go through these steps. You have to accept the terms and conditions, and then the Google Cloud Console will open. So this is the official Google Cloud environment. And then you can see another welcome message. Just agree to the terms and conditions and agree to continue. Okay. So now that we are officially in the cloud dashboard, let's see the project. Okay. So what are we doing? Let's quickly overview. So this API gateway enables you to provide secure access to your services through well-defined REST API that is consistent across all your services. Okay, so in this lab, we will deploy an API to secure our traffic to a backend service. So API stands for Application Programming Interface, right? So it's a bridge between two softwares to communicate with each other. Okay, so in this lab, Google is trying to teach us how to create an API gateway. So let's see how to continue. So after we have already clicked the Start Lab button, so here's another warning to use incognito mode to browse this lab, right? So this prevents conflicts between your personal account and student account, which can cause extra charges to your personal account if you are enrolled into Google Cloud as with your credit card. Okay, so in Google Skills platform, you don't need a credit card. So let's start the lab and see what we have to do. So we will just go through here. So you can see that we have to activate the Cloud Shell. So here's the Cloud Shell button. So you can click continue here. Okay, so the Cloud Shell is now available, right? Let's continue. So we have to set the reason now. So we will set it in the temporary environment provided in the US Central region. So we will just copy and paste this command right here. So now we have to enable the required APIs. So we have to enable the API gateway. So let's just copy this and then go here. Okay, so here you can see that API gateway API. Just enable this API. So I hope everyone is following, right? So you can see now the API is now enabled. So let's move to next steps. So here's the task. We have to deploy an API backend. So API gateway sits in the front of developed backend service. So we are trying to create a function. So first of all, it's asking us to clone the cloud function sample repository. So we will just copy this command now and paste it here. So we will change the and then we are deploying the function. So this is the cloud part, right? So we are using the G cloud command. So this is the office CLI. Okay, so we are trying to deploy an HTTP trigger now. So we have to run this command in this directory. Okay, so let's proceed now. And then you have to press Y and enter. Okay, so while that's happening, you can uh, read the documentation provided here. Okay, so you can understand what we are doing and why we are doing it. So after deploying the API backend, you can just check your progress. So let's see how it's happening. Yes, recordings will be available as well as the PPT. So it's taking some time, but let's just wait. Okay, so it's now providing all the information of the deployed API, right? So you can see that it has a timestamp, it has an environment, it has labels, and it says that it is active now. So let's check our progress again. And then you can see that assessment is completed. Okay. So over here, you can see an orange box that shows your checkpoints, right? So this is the official progress bar. So you already always have to score 100% in this in order to get the completion tick, right? So let's just move to the next task. Simply have to copy paste these commands. And then you can see that it outputs the information because you have used the described command. Okay. So project ID, it's also here. And then we will finally test the API. So you can see it. You have seen a response, hello world. So it's working, right? So let's just check the progress again. Great. So now let's proceed to the next task, right? So you have to create the API definition. So navigate back to the home directory and just follow these steps. A description is always provided with each step so you know what you are doing, right? So to copy paste this content, you can always open your editor or you can use the nano command. You can just paste it here and then exit. Okay. And then set the environmental variables. Done. Let's create the gateway now. So in the top search bar, you have to API gateway. So you can see that the top result for API gateway. Now you have to click create gateway. So now you can see that it's asking a bunch of information. Please see that what we have to do. So you have to create new API. So that's already selected. Display name is hello world API. So we will just copy paste it, and the API ID should be for the API ID, you have to run this command into the Cloud Console, and then you will get the API ID created in the previous steps, right? So just paste it here. Okay. So now in the API configuration section, you simply have to run this command, and then down. It's asking download. Yes, you have to confirm this. So it's now downloaded. Okay. So now and we have to browse and upload this file. So this is a YAML file for these configuration. So we will just browse and then upload this. Okay, follow exactly the same because these are the validation steps. And then finally, you have to set the location to US Central 1. So here it is, right? So I think everything is already done now. Let's just create the gateway. Okay, so while it's creating, I will look your chat and to see if you have any questions. Okay, so first question is how many labs you have to do. So officially there are around 90 labs, but you don't have to complete all 90s because pre-assessment is also available, challenge labs. Okay, so you can skip some labs if you can directly attempt the challenge. Okay, so you have to complete 19 courses and one game that I have already discussed before, right? So if you have not got the enrollment email, kindly contact your mentor. They will surely help you. So if you have any questions related to Google Cloud, feel free to ask. So this is not a programming language. This is basically Google Cloud platform where you are not using a programming language, but rather cloud itself. Okay, so now we will refresh this and then see that it's deployed. So now we can check our progress again. So it says here that the API is being created. So we need to wait a few more minutes. Okay, so for labs, uh, there is sufficient time, I would say, because for most labs, you will only need 10 to 15 minutes, right? So when I started a few years ago in Cloud Skills platform, I was also confused that why are we doing this and how to do this properly, right? So I made several mistakes here and there, but after some time, you will get a hang of it, and then you will be able to complete it within 5 or 10 minutes, right? So for every lab, there's sufficient time allotted. For example, for this lab, you can see that 1 hour is allocated, but not really 1 hour is required. Only 10 to 15 minutes are required to complete this. So more than double extra time is also provided. So there's the 35 credit issue. You can just contact your mentor regarding it. I've already briefed them the issue. I don't have information regarding the Chronicle API. Uh, there will be more opportunities like this. There are 3 campaigns this time. Not all are same related to Google Cloud. The next campaign may be but we will let you know. The cloud campaign repeats only once a year. Okay, so I think that's what you are saying. So it's still deploying. It's taking some time. Just a minute. Okay, for the top 100, I will get to it in a minute when we finish this lab. Okay, so I get it. This is a lengthy lab, but let's just complete it and then quickly move to the milestones slide. Okay. So I have added a section for swags. So these swags are not officially revealed yet, but they have been rumored and I think leaked by Google team. So we will discuss swags as well. And I've included images for the swag section. Okay. So also the leaderboard will be revealed very soon. Our team is working on a dashboard for it. We can't reveal the leaderboard directly due to sensitive information such as email address, right? Okay, great. I think it's completed now. I will just share my screen again. So as you can see that the API is now deployed. Okay, so we will go back to the gateway and then you can see the assessment is now completed. Okay, so we will now test deployment. So just copy these commands and then run into your Cloud Shell one by one. So you can see the gateway URL now, and then we will test it. So you can see that hello world is being printed. So it's working. So let's secure the access of the API we just created using an API key. Okay. So just navigate to APIs and services and then credentials. So we will do that. API and services, credentials. And then you have to create credentials and an API key. So after creating the API key, an API key is being displayed on the screen, and then you have to check your progress. Okay, so you can just copy this API key and then store it. So how do we store it? Using the export command. Great. So now we can check our progress and then continue. So we have to enable the API key support for our device. So you can just get the name of the managed service you just created using this command. Let's just proceed and then see. Okay, so here's the managed service. So just have to enable this now. And then we will quickly follow all the rest of the commands, right? Currently, I'm using Nano editor, but you can also use the cloud editor here. Okay. And then another file will be downloaded now. Here it is. Now we have to deploy a configuration to the existing gateway we just created. Okay. So in the API gateways, you can select the API. We select this, and then in the gateway section, we will select the gateway we created, and then we have to edit it. So you can see under the API config command, you can just create a new API configuration. So here it is, create new API configuration. And then for uploading the spec, you can just choose the file you just downloaded. Display name is provided here. Just copy and paste and select your service account. Click on update. Okay. So now you can see the progress. It's updating. So after this, only the last progress will be remaining. 80% of the lab is already completed. So I will quickly come back to the chat to see if we have any questions. Yes, in some labs, you have to copy paste the commands in order. And in some labs, you have to perform these steps given in the Google Cloud platform. So this lab is kind of a mix. Okay. So you have to perform both. So I really understand your uh, enthusiasm for swags, but just wait for 10 more minutes. And I think by 11 a.m. we will slides. Yes, definitely there can be many situations where you are stuck during labs. So you just have to check where you are stuck basically. So you can just redo all the steps from the start and then see that if you can check your progress properly or not. Okay. So don't worry, we are here to help you. Let me just quickly simulate how you can get stuck. Okay. So I will share my screen now. Okay. So as you can see that the notification, the gateway is still updating. So let's just try to run future commands while it's happening. So you can see that it takes a few minutes for the update gateway operation, but let's just proceed further and see what happens. So if you just copy this and then paste it here. Okay, so you can see that code 401 unauthenticated. So it shows an error. Okay, so the error is here, but the it was under progress that time. Now it's completed. So we will just wait a second and then try it again. Okay, so we will now run the curl command again to test it. And you can see that hello world is here. So we will now test this as well. So as stuck now, we will just redo these steps. So you can see that completed till task 5. Continue from here again. Just copy again and paste the commands line by line. You can see that hello sprint. This is done now. We will okay. So it's completed now. So finally, as you can see that all the steps are completed and 100 out of 100 is displayed. So this orange box is very important. This is best bar. So always whenever you can see that you have 100 out of 100 marks, you can quickly okay, then you can just give it an optional rating. And then when you can just come back to the API gateway, when you come back in the course, you can see that the check mark is here. You have completed this lab. Okay. So great. I think everyone is clear how to do labs now. I particularly chose this lab because it had a lot of steps. We tried to create an incidental error to teach you how to uh, circumvent it, right? Great. So now I will just move back to the presentation. So one quick step I forgot to mention that after completing the lab, you can safely close your incognito mode as well. Okay, great. So let me just come back to the presentation now. So here it is. Great. I hope it's visible, right? Okay, so finally it's the time. It's 10:58 and we are at the milestone section. So I will describe how these swags are available. Okay, so let's just move on. So let's understand the milestones. So by Google, there are 3 tiers. Okay, so in each tier, swag kits are available based on the tier. So tier one is our goal directly. I'm saying that because we have officially enrolled 271 students, so we will definitely reach tier one. Okay, but this is an collaborated effort, so you all have to work together so that we can reach the goal. So let's see what the tiers are. So if 100 students complete the entire campaign course, that is the 19 badges in one game, so we are eligible for top 100 tier 1 swag kits. What does top 100 mean? Okay, so it basically means that the first 100 completions on the official leaderboard of GDGCU will top 100. Okay, so they all will be eligible for the tier 1 swag kits. Similarly, for tier 2, we can see that only 70 students have to complete the campaign, but they will be eligible for tier 2 swag kits, which will have comparatively less items. Okay. And similarly for tier 3, I don't even want to discuss tier 3. This will be very embarrassing. Okay. So apart from the tiers, our team will also provide you completion certificates for everyone who has completed all the courses, right? So if we go beyond the golden number of 100, don't worry if you don't get the swags, but you will definitely get completion certificates. But we will you have to try your best to be eligible for the top 100 position in the leaderboard. Okay, so are you ready for the swag reveal? Let's see some enthusiasm. Great. So these swags are really good. I would say that because I have seen these swags in the last tenure as well as previous to previous tenure as well. These are the best swags in last 3 years. Okay, so let's just tier one, which is our ideal milestone. You can see that there's an backpack by Google developer groups. There's also a customized water bottle. There's also a sleek black t-shirt, and then there's a sticker goodie pack as well. So this is our very ideal tier. So this is very expensive, right? So most of you might have seen me wearing the Google t-shirts in the seminars, right? So many of you might be in the orientation session, but I was wearing a blue t-shirt. So in this campaign, we will have a t-shirt. This is a very good swag kit. So let me clear what a swag kit is. So a swag kit basically comprises of multiple items such as given in the screen, right? So every single person will whole kit in the top 100, right? So there will be 100 backpacks, 100 water bottles, and 100 t-shirts and 100 sneaker packs. So we will not divide the swag kits. I will be very clear because everybody is working very hard and they deserve some recognition and swags as well. So this is the bragging rights offered by GDG. Okay. So now let's discuss these swags for other tiers as well. See, we should really not bother looking at this, as you can see that the stylish backpack is gone from the tier 2. Okay. So I assume it would be very uninteresting, right? So finally, I will just skip the tier 3 slide as well. So you can see that the water bottle is also gone. So this is very, very bad. You can see that, right? Why should we only settle for a tea? We can also get a bag as well as a water bottle. So that's why we have to be very motivated to at least try to complete every possible courses, okay, in the official syllabus. So I will just go back to the tier 1 right now. You can click a screenshot if you want, and uh, I will also provide you PPTs as well. So these are most likely the swags from Google. So these are not these are the swags leaked by Google basically. These are not official yet, but there's a chance of 99% that these will be the official swag. Okay. So I have revealed very before. Other campuses might have not received the information as well, but the swags are typically revealed at the end of a campaign, but I'm trying to reveal it before because I want you to be very motivated to work towards the swag completion goal, right? So try to be in the top 100. We need at least 100 people to complete all the 20 courses so that we can reach the tier 1. Okay. I hope I'm clear. So in the tier 2, 70 students uh, have to complete. So let me go back. So in the tier 2, 70 students have to complete the entire campaign course, but only top 70 people will receive the swag kits. So the backpack is also missing and 30 more swag kits will be missing. Only 70 swag kits will be available to CU students. So that's not something we want, right? We will only focus on tier 1. Let's be delusional and focus directly on tier 1. Okay, great. So these are all the 3 tiers. So let's just quickly recap what we have done today. So anytime you need help, your mentor is your first line of support, reachable via our team's WhatsApp group. I hope everybody is already in their respective WhatsApp groups, right? So estimated labs. So each course includes 4 labs. So you have to complete all steps until you orange box. Then course verification. So you all of your skill batches appear on your public profile. You can track them to verify your milestone, as well as your mentors can help you confirm your progress from the official leaderboard. And pretty much soon we will make the leaderboard public, so you can just see how many batches you have completed successfully. So let me reiterate it again. So there is no cost involved ever. So you always have to use the incognito mode to avoid accidental billing in the GCP. So every lab is completely free. you have already been provided 409 credits, so that is more than enough. So if you just combine all the labs, around 90 labs, and then you can just double it, and then you can just triple it, and then you can just quadruple it, so that would be 360 credits, right? So you just have 400 credits, so that is far more than sufficient. So common issues include like lab timeout, account sign-in issues. You can just ask your mentor directly or reach to me via Discord. Okay, so I will be providing you live support on Discord for critical issues. You just screen share your screen. So I've already provided a Discord link in the previous slides, and I will also provide the link in the PPT as well. So you can just click on it, or you can just get the link directly from our WhatsApp group as well. And the last and most important point, the top 100 race. So you have to stay active and consistent and keep an eye on our upcoming leaderboard. So only the most consistent 100 finishers, complete finishers will win the official swags. So I hope I'm clear. So you can see the little part in the bottom left column. So you have to join your mentor team, activate your credits, and start your first lab today. So as I can see from the official report, only 20 students have started doing the labs right now. So this is very bad, but I hope you all are very motivated right now after seeing these swags, right? You all start your first lab today. And I hope you have already started the lab with me in the API gateway, right? So let's see if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. You can just raise your hand, and we will give everybody a chance to unmute themselves and ask questions, or you can use the chat window. So let's see now. So we only need to complete the labs of the games and syllabus or any test. And only have to complete the labs in the of the one game. So you are confusing between games and courses. So there's only one game. Out of two games, you have to attempt and finish only one game. Okay. And then you have to attempt 19 courses, which will have around 4 labs average. So you only have to complete those labs. Within the labs, the last lab is always a challenge lab in each course. So there's no test in it. You can always refer to YouTube for any kind of guidance. Okay. Solutions for every lab is already available on YouTube by multiple YouTubers as well. Okay. And then we as mentors will also help you with your labs. Okay. So the completion include the grace period or not? Yes, it will include. The grace period is there for only last case scenario. If 100 students are not able to complete the labs, then the grace period will be applicable. But use some common sense, and then you can see that if people already complete the campaign before 11th November, then the campaign is ended officially. Okay, you can still complete your courses up to 19th November for your participation and completion certificates, but the swag kits will be closed very seriously on the top 100 completions. So your next question is meaning total of the 100 students need to finish the task so that all the 100 can get these rewards. Absolutely correct. So we need at least completions out of 271 people. So there's around 40% chance, right, that you will be in the top 100 leaderboard. Just have to finish the labs as soon as possible, and you will see the leaderboard as well very soon. So the swags will be distributed in the next semester most probably, because the campaign ends around 12th November when our semester is also ending. Okay. So after the campaign ends, I will receive the official milestone update in which tier we are. I hope it is tier 1. And then Google will send us these swags. And then we will have a swag ceremony in campus. We will invite everyone. We will celebrate it. Okay. So next question is those courses having challenge lab. Can we skip other courses and do challenge lab? Absolutely. So that pre-assessment, and this is a good advantage for those who already know Google Cloud. So using the pre-assessment. Okay. So you don't have to do all the introduction labs. If but I will really recommend you doing the introduction lab. So could you please syllabus of the campaign? Okay, I think one of the member has already provided, but the PPT will be shared again. All the links in the PPT are hyperlinks. You can just click on it and then it will go to the badge directly. So what will be content for the game? So content will be mostly related to the generated AI and prompt designing. So that's why it is the Gen AI arcade game. It will be almost the same for November as well. The current October game is already live, and I can see that 5 or 6 people have already completed the game. So hats off to those people. So this is the official real platform that Google uses to control their crowd. Absolutely. So when the labs you are completing in the Cloud Skills Boost platform, that is the hands-on learning platform. But the skills platform is providing you temporary Google Cloud accounts where Google and other people use the cloud. So when will the stacks? I think I just answered this. In the next semester, whenever I receive the official swag kits from Google, all this will be distributed in a swag ceremony. Obviously, inform you. Okay. So one last thing I would like to repeat. So please be connected with your mentors. Okay. So mentors will definitely help you with most of your queries. And I will also try to help you, but I already have a team. Okay. So I'm also mentor for around 29 students. Okay. So try to reach out to your mentor and they will try to help you regarding your questions. Okay. But we all have to work together to ensure that we all get the deserving swags. Will the games have steps? Yes. Games, everything in the campaign will have steps, detailed steps. Okay, great. So let's see that if we have any more questions. You can also unmute yourself if you want. Okay, so future benefits of the labs. So as the syllabus, every I think pretty much everything from the Google Cloud Console has been covered within this lab. So all of these skills are transferable skills, like I mentioned in the orientation session as well. So all of these skills will be applicable to all cloud platforms across the world, your GCP, uh, Oracle, etc. So this will be very beneficial to you to understand how cloud works and how you will be doing your professional journey as well in corporate sector. Okay, so this is the arcade games. Okay, so if you have any more questions, let me know now. Otherwise, I don't understand your question about extra advantage. Can you please elaborate more? I think GCP is one of the most dominant cloud platforms after AWS. So there is always advantage of doing hands-on labs, right? In the normal college settings, they don't provide you official access to platforms like GCP to learn directly. And then since all of this in a temporary sandbox environment as well, you can afford to make mistakes because everything is free, rather than learning from your personal account where you have to pay money. Okay. So I think that was it. Really thank you all for joining this meeting. So this is Namanriti signing off as GDG CU lead. I hope to see you next in the offline event on 6th November in A3 seminar hall. More information will be provided to you within a week. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining and see you all soon.